Wednesday, May 2nd, 2012. Temperature is in the mid-60s. Today we are taking the hop-on, hop-off canal cruise to see the old historical part of Amsterdam. You hop on the boat, cruise to a point of interest in the city where you can hop off and walk around to see the sights. Then hop on the next boat to cruise to the next point of interest. Eventually, you will wind up back at your starting point. We thought we could pay the driver of the boat after we hopped on, since there was no ticket booth at the place where you catch the boat. The boat driver never asked for a ticket from anyone hopping on or off. After about 3 stops, the driver said, "This is the place you can buy tickets." So Dick and I got off the boat to buy tickets, while Sue and Gloria stayed on the boat to save our seats. When we got back to the dock, the boat was pulling away from the dock. Dick and I literally missed the boat. We were stranded downtown, miles from our hotel with the tickets, while Sue and Gloria were stranded on a boat going who knows where with no tickets. Good thing Sue had a cell phone. I called and she said a Russian couple sitting next to them helped with the map to figure out when their boat would return to that same hop-on, hop-off location. We told them to stay on the boat while we walked to a cafe for a beer. We reunited about an hour and a half later. The Canal cruise takes us past many Amsterdam attractions, including the Rijksmuseum, built in the late 19th century with Rembrandt's Night Watch as one of the many attractions. The Anne Frank House, the Shipyard Museum, and the Maritime Museum, which includes a modern reconstruction of the 18th century ship Amsterdam, owned by the Dutch East India Company. This is one of several windmills that are still standing in Amsterdam. The Heineken Brewery, as well as restaurants and bars. But if you want coffee, go to a cafe. Coffee shops are where they sell marijuana. Amsterdam has been called the Venice of the North for its more than 60 miles of canals and 1,500 bridges. The canals were built in the 17th century, primarily for defense, transportation of goods, and for water management. At night, the locks are closed and fresh water is pumped in to flush the dirty water through the open locks and out into the harbor. Living on a houseboat used to be a sign of poverty, but as their transportation function dwindled and old warehouses were turned into deluxe apartments, the barges were turned into luxury houseboats with ample living space in their former cargo holds. Many are quite old, some dating back to the 1800s. Today, most are year-round private residences. When these buildings were first constructed, the owners paid taxes according to the width of the building. Therefore, they were constructed as narrow as possible. With narrow stairways inside, hoisting beams were built so that furniture and other large objects could be hoisted up to the upper stories. Amsterdam has existed since the 13th century and is named after the Amstel River, which runs through the city. When a dam was built on the river, the city was called Amstel and Dam, which later became Amsterdam. The canals take us to the harbor in Amsterdam, which is connected to the North Sea. This harbor was first used in the 13th century and was one of the main ports of the Dutch East India Company. We can see some of the many river cruise boats that take passengers up the Rhine River into Germany. Dick and Gloria took one of these river cruises several years ago when they sailed up the Rhine River through Germany and then over to Vienna via the Danube River.